Hi guys, I hope you guys are all okay. Welcome to Cancer season and welcome to the tarot messages from the Chariot and the High Priestess. So these cards for this Cancer season, because I spoke about it in the July readings and I also spoke about my podcast. I'll be putting a snippet of my podcast up for you guys so that you guys can head over to and listen to it. But I say a little bit, like, I believe that this Cancer season will be very different. It's going to be very different to how it was last year. And obviously the planets were different last year. We had, Jupiter was in Pisces, and, things may have felt really nice, but there also was a feeling that things were very stilted. And yeah, it was like Saturn was in Aquarius still, and it was just like we were just more or less easing into the year, because 2021 is when the decade actually begins. But this decade, this time it's like we're sort of in 2022. We started it like 2020 and 21, but we're going to be starting to feel it more. And this Cancer season is gonna be very, I just feel it's gonna be very different. Not only are we moving into a cardinal time, because we've just come out of the Aries spring equinox, we're into summertime. It's very hot outside, the weather's lovely, people are meeting up with family and groups and friends. It also is a time, because we're in Cancer, of meeting up with people that are family, having emotional, empathic conversations, listening to our intuition. And what these two cards are all about this year. These two cards, the High Priestess and the Chariot, they're showing us that things are going to be changing this month from June until July. And these cards, they do represent, especially the Chariot card, because this is the card that is the strength of Cancer. It's because Cancers, they are strong. They're very sensitive, but they are strong. But this is like this is the business person of Cancer, I would say. And this card is about action. It's also about success. It's also about, the main thing is determination and willpower. So again, I'll go to the other card actually. I'll go to the High Priestess as well, because I say that the High Priestess is the feminine side to Cancer. It's like the softer side that Cancers like to hide, but the Chariot is the outer. So with the High Priestess is to do with our divine feminine. It's about our intuition, our subconscious. It's about our connection to our emotions, basically. The High Priestess, in some people say this is Pisces, but it is Cancer. You would think it's Pisces, and I feel that if you feel it's Pisces, then you feel it's Pisces, but it's a Cancer card, and it's very much a card of like mystery, intuition. It's also to do with like self-care, how we take care of ourselves. So during this time, Cancer season, because we're going to cardinal time, cardinal real time energy, which is going to be changing things until we go into the autumn with Libra. So for the next 3 months, these two cards, especially this card is saying that our intuition is going to be very strong. It's going to be very heightened. There's going to be an energy and feeling of having real time, real deep conversations with people, whether it's family, friends, but also with ourselves, being really in touch with our intuition, being really in touch with what's going on within our surroundings, what's going on within our bodies, getting in tune with things that you really love to do as well. Because I'm a pretty positive person, so I would love the weather to be extremely hot. Okay, I know it tends to get too hot in London, but I love the weather. So if it is very hot, you know, very hot, you know, feel being grateful for the weather, even if it's cold, it's raining, just being grateful for it. Again, getting in touch with your emotions, knowing who to get in touch with your emotions with as well. There can be some emotional volatility, and it does depend on what the situation is. But knowing who to emote your emotions to, not hiding, or not hiding, but try not to hide how you're feeling, because this month or this Cancer season, it may not be easy. Sometimes what we feel will come out at the wrong time, or even at the wrong place. So we're being guided to really listen to what's going on a deeper emotional level. This card is also about hormones as well. So you may start to feel things really come into balance now. And if things are not balanced, you can actually, you'll know. I feel that a lot of, especially, you know, especially women or people who consider themselves women, they'll start to feel like these emotional changes that are going on within themselves. But it's, again, self-care, taking care of yourself, or remembering to. It's not like gotta do it. It's like trying to remember to take care of yourself, like your emotional state. Cancer is a sign that worries a lot. You know, it's a warrior sign. It worries about everything and everyone. It worries about the past. It worries about the future. It worries about, you know, the family, the home, the children. So doing that self-care rituals, or remembering to, or trying to remember to, will be of our greatest good. But it could be many things. You know, Cancer is a sign that, especially when it comes to like workouts, and this is a sign that, and also let's not forget, we have, you know, the planets different. We've got Jupiter, which is in Aries, is going to be squaring, especially because I spoke about this in my summer solstice. Head over to the link below to listen to that, guys. You know, Jupiter's going to be squaring, especially the earlier time of Cancer. Okay, the early, you know, like the beginning of Cancer, and it's obviously going to be throughout. Actually, going to be throughout the whole of the Cancer season. So Jupiter's going to be squaring it. So that's going to be making us, and with Jupiter being in Aries, which actually rules the body, things can be flaring up very quickly, like emotions, you know, anger and rage. But on a good level, we know how to take action, or some of us may have to really dig deep in order to take action. So, you know, this card is saying, know that things will probably come out to the fore very quickly, but then just as quickly, things will just probably die down as well. It's not to say that it dies down to be forgotten, because remember, Cancer is a sign that is about the past. So there may be things that actually manifest, and if things are not really sorted out, it can actually linger. So it's a time of trying to really air your stuff out, that what you need, like any negative energies, negative thoughts, all these things need to just be aired out, so you just don't have to keep worrying about it or lingering about it as well. Cancer is a sign that loves water, so being around water is really great. This card is all about self-care, being around, you know, having time for yourself as well. Going with like the Four of Cups, which is also a Cancer sign. Great to be, you know, in that meditative state. Some of you may even start taking up meditation just to like really balance everything. I feel there's going to be a lot of opportunities that can come as well. But once we listen to like our inner guide, we'll know which one is great and which one isn't. So yeah, emotional state can be very high, can be quite volatile. But as long as we, you know, do that inner work or emotional work, all should be great. Remember, Cancer's ruled by the moon, so it changes, you know. So it's not about, oh, try not to make your emotions change. Our emotions are going to be changing, especially if you're a water sign as well. A lot of you water signs are really going to be benefiting this month, but also our energies may not be very high. So work with your energy, work with what's going on. So that's the High Priestess card. When we come to the Chariot card, because these two are the main cards for this month. So like I said before, the Chariot card is the power of Cancer. It's that outer shell. It's what it shows to the world. It's of determination. It's of willpower. And it's about loyalty. It's about dedication. So there could be new projects started this month. Remember, we're in Cardinal real time. And every Cardinal season is a new beginning. You know, we're from Capricorn. When it came to like our career, money, status, obviously things probably felt really blocked. I'm sure a lot of you are glad about that, especially the Cancers. Then went into Aries. Okay, what can we do? What can I start? What needs to be done now? Okay. And obviously we had the eclipses that were happening. So it might have been things were moving very fast. A lot of people may have made a lot of gains. But now we are moving into a new cardinal emotional energy. We're coming home like to mommy and daddy, where some of us are actually stopping or being still in the moment and really taking that ear in. But still, with the Chariot card, it's about being determined as well. So any obstacles are in our way, anything that needs to be fixed, we're going to be determined to fix it. But we're still going to be listening to our emotions. This card is saying it more or less feels like go time. So anything that needs to be done, it's going to be done. Anything that needs your attention, focus, I feel that's going to be had too. But also, I feel that I feel this card is also, I feel with this energy and this card as well, is that, you know, especially if you haven't really enjoyed the Aries season, it's like a rebirth. It's like a restart in a way. You're coming home. We're coming home. You're also coming back to the motherland. I'm picking up. Come back to the motherland. Again, getting in touch with that emotional state, but also of willpower and determination. It's also fearlessness as well. So again, if any of you guys are, some of you guys could be actually wanting to start again in some shape or form in all areas of your life. And, you know, things will ebb and flow. Things may not go the way you want it to. But as long as you're determined, as long as you're passionate, as long as like the fire is burning or the emotional fire is burning, it's not to say all will go well. It's all about how you're feeling. Because this is what this Chariot card is all about as well. It's about charging forth. And this card is more like the masculine side, because Cancer is a feminine sign, but it's also, there's a masculine side as well, and also especially like with the sheer willpower that we're going to be needing. And also again, coming back to like Jupiter squaring Aries, the square to Jupiter, which is happening. The squares are about us having to work hard, and I feel that this Chariot card, it can feel like a square to a lot of us. This card is also showing that, you know, in terms of how we're speaking, communicating in any shape or form, it's going to be bam, 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 bam. Anyone's going to be manipulating you, anyone's going to be doing anything, you're going to know about it and you're going to be calling it out. This card is saying it's a different time, again, but also things may move in a faster pace as well. Some of you may even decide that you want to move out from where you're living, or even thinking about doing that. Some of you may want to like do short distance travel. Some of you may want to actually, you know, really get in contact with people you haven't been in contact with. Or some of you may decide to change your job. Again, it could be a multitude of things, but this card is also showing there's a lot of movement. But every year, you know, we're going to be visiting these cards, but it feels like the movement may be faster this time as well, because of what the planets are saying. And we have to also remember we're still in the eclipses of Taurus and Scorpio, which is going to last until October, November. So during this Cancer season, we're going to be visiting these eclipses, okay, or even like the nodes as well. We'll be visiting the nodes this month in June, and especially in July. So yes, again, things may, again, things may be very up and down, but as long as we're listening to our intuition, as long as we're doing, again, that inner work, as long as we're still having that fire in our belly and that determination, again, things, it's not, again, me saying this again, things, it's not about me saying things will go well. It's just, it's how you're feeling. It's how you're being, it's not even about being productive, it's how positive you are as well. Because during the cancer season, cancer season is not easy for everyone. It's not, it's, what's the word I was thinking? Yeah, it's not easy for everyone. It can bring up too much deep emotional stuff that we may not be able to want to work with and deal with. It can feel, that the past can really come up. And the past could be to do with like our periods. It could be about childhood. It could also be about, ex-lovers, ex-friends, and also I don't like to predict that can happen, but it does seem that whenever it's in Cancer or Capricorn season, we start seeing like these themes from the past that actually come up. But I think with Capricorn, it's like you see anything from the past coming up, it's about talking about it, but also, okay, that's cool, move on, but after you go home and you start thinking about it, but it's more controlled. With Cancer, it's more like this emotional attachment. And when conversations are being had, regardless of what it is, it can feel this emotional component, like tears and arguments. And so there can be, like I said, there can be a lot of emotional volatility that can be coming up, because we may be seeking during this Cancer season a very peaceful life, but something may even disturb it or even distract it. So that's one of the reasons why, especially the High Priestess is calling us for, deep emotional self-care and having that time to ourselves as well, to brood, to get the mood swings, or even to, just think and rest. And afterwards, okay, we can carry on to another day. Okay. Some of you guys may think this Cancer season is perfect, lovely, new beginning, new start. Okay, I'm grateful. Cancer's a great manifester too. Cancer's a great manifester. Doesn't really feel like it, but cancers are great manifestors. The problem, not the problem, but with cancers, they deal with the past a lot. So sometimes how someone was in the past and how they are now, it can upset them. But on the other hand, cancers are like action people. So if you believe that something, if they believe or have the intuition that something will go well, it will go well. But the worrying can get in the way as well. And worrying is not a bad thing. It's actually a natural human thing. But knowing what to worry about, it can get a little bit crazy. It can get a little bit up and down. So yeah, emotions are going to be coming out. And it's all about how we deal with them. That's what matters. But again, we are in cardinal real time, cardinal new energy. And, let's hope that the weather, again, I love the weather. I'm hoping that for the next 3 months or even 4 months, it's really hot. So if it is hot, all good. So guys, that was the Cancer message from the High Priestess and the Chariot. Thank you very much for listening, guys. I'm going to leave a link below to the July tarot for that you guys can listen to for like the whole of July, which is happening in less than 2 weeks actually. So thank you very much, guys, for listening. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe so I can bring out more videos for you guys. And also, yeah, thank you very much, guys, for listening. Another thing, check out my sister Empath Butterflies Tarot, who does readings, general love for all the signs. So once again, guys, thank you very much. Have a lovely Cancer season. Let me know how it's been for you, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Bye.